Well, hello, boys and girls. My name is Mr. Tristan, and I am a creative, a filmmaker from Shelburne. I live in Shelburne, and I work with different organizations like Streams and the town of Shelburne to tell stories through the magic of film. And I'm really excited to be with you tonight to read you one of my favorite stories. You know what story that is? That is Where the Wild Things Are. Can I hear a little roar? Right? This is kind of cool. Where the Wild Things Are. I'll tell you, I read this book for the first time when I was like maybe in grade 1 or 2. Well, my teacher probably read it to me, and it just always stood out to me, the illustrations. So I hope that you enjoy this, and if you can, maybe get a copy from the library. It's so amazing to be in the Shelburne Library and be able to do this with you. The library for me has been such a great place to learn and discover and to read, even at whatever level you are. Look at the pictures and to find out about new places in the world and use your imagination. So please check out the Shelburne Library, and maybe you might see me one day looking for a book as well. Well, let's start. Where the Wild Things Are. Can you say that with me? Where the Wild Things Are. Story and pictures by Maurice Sendak. Okay? And we have this beautiful pattern here. It's amazing. It's really kind of like tropical. I'm from Jamaica, by the way, so I love tropical things. Whoa, look at this. Amazing. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind. And you see Max here. Max looks like he's a little having a rough night. And another, he's running after his dogs. The poor dogs are running away because he looks so scary. His mother called him Wild Thing, and Max said, "I'll eat you up." So he was sent to bed without eating anything. Have you ever been sent to bed without eating anything? That's not a nice thing. I like food. I really like food a lot. That very night in Max's room, a forest grew. Wow, look at the forest. He's in his room, in his beastly suit, and now there's a forest, and there's trees, and there's all this stuff growing up around his bed. And it grew. It's growing even larger and higher and thicker and wider and greener and wilder. And grew until his ceiling hung with vines, and the walls became the world around him. Look, it's a dark night. He's walking around like he's a wild thing. And there's a full moon. What kind of sounds do you think was what he was hearing? Was he hearing owls? Woo, 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 woo. Maybe he was hearing a dog. Woo, woo, woo. Maybe he was hearing a cat. What were some of the sounds he was hearing? And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through the night and day. Look at him sailing. Sailing, sailing, sailing. And in and out of weeks and almost over a year to where the wild things are. Look at the wild thing. Look how cool and kind of weird and kind of interesting the wild thing was. He looks kind of scared. Max looks kind of scared, right? I would be kind of scared. Whoa! And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roar and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. Show your claws. Your teeth. Gnash them. Roll your terrible eyes. Their eyes are pretty terrible. That yellow eyes are kind of crazy. Till Max said, "Be still," and tamed them with the magic trick. of staring into all their yellow eyes without blinking once. They were frightened and called him the most wild thing of all. Ooh, Max looked into the eyes. He looked like his... He didn't move and just... Be still! Say be still. Be still! That's pretty magical. And they made him king of all wild things. Look at them bowing. They're bowing. They're saying, "You are such a wild thing." And now, I should say, cried Max, "Let the wild rumpus start." What is a wild rumpus? Let's see what it is. They're dancing under the night. Let's do a rumpus. And snarl. We're rumping, stomping, rumping. Now we're swinging and swinging and swinging and looking at me and rolling my eyes and being very, very wild thing. And we're now riding on one of the wild things. Ride, Max, ride, Max. Ride. Now stop, Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. And Max, the king of all wild things, was lonely and wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. Don't you want to be somewhere where someone loves you best of all? Then all around, from far and wide across the world, he smelled good things to eat. So he gave up being king of where the wild things are. He gave up being king because he smelled bacon, macaroni and cheese, chicken wings. I like chicken wings, you know what I mean? I like chicken wings. What do you like? Think about what you would give up to be king of all the wild things. What's your favorite food? Apple pie? Mommy's banana pudding? But the wild things cried, "Oh, please, don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so." And Max said, "No." The wild things roared their terrible roars and gashed or gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his boat, and private boat, I should say, and waved his goodbyes. Let's say goodbye to the wild things. Bye-bye. Later. Peace. I'm out. I'm going back to bed. And sailed back over a year and in and out of a few weeks and through a day. Look at him sailing. He's like, "Oh, okay, well, I had an adventure, but it's time to go home. I want that food." You see that? He wants that food. And into the night of his very own room, where he found his supper waiting for him. He took off his hoodie. Look at this. He took off his little hoodie and he's like, "Oh, good. I'm hungry now. I'm ready to eat." And it was still hot. The food, after he went all the way to the wild things, a year, a couple weeks, a day, into the night, the food was still hot. And that's it. The end. Where the wild things are. Now, what I want you to do before you turn off the video, I want you to think, close your eyes and think about your favorite part of this story. Was it when Max was getting into the boat? Was it when his room was turning into a forest? Was it the sounds that you thought the forest was making? Was it when he saw the wild things and when they were romping around and romping? What was your favorite part of the story? And please leave your comments below or tell the person that you're watching this video with what your favorite part was. Thank you so much for watching, and please keep on reading and have fun with reading.
We want to thank everyone for participating in another one of our virtual programs. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.